In this video we're going to look at finding the nth term, but in this case it's of a quadratic sequence. So if we take a look at this here, the reason this is considered a quadratic sequence is because the first difference is different. There's no constant among them. But if we look at the difference between the first difference, we find that it's 3. So that means the second difference is a constant, and that's what categorizes it as a quadratic pattern. And a quadratic will kind of curve when you plot it on a graph. Now let's say we don't have a graph and we just have this sequence here. How will we find the nth term? Well, we're still going to use our Tn formula, but this time it's going to be a little bit different. We need to find the first difference, which we know is 4, then 12, then 20. And if we look at the first difference, we can find that the second difference is 8 and 8. So step 2 then, to find the value of a, it's the second difference, which is 2 times a, okay, because think of it, second, 2. Well, what times a will give me 8, which is 4. So a is 4, okay? And now we need to do a little bit of simultaneous equations. So what we're going to do is we're going to take this formula here, because we're dealing with a quadratic pattern now. So it's Tn equals to an squared plus bn plus c. Sub in for 1. So we know that a is 4, we don't know what b is, and we don't know what c is. We need to find what they are. But we know a is 4. So we sub in there for 4, break it down, and we're left with b plus c equals 9, because what we do here is we take away the 4 from the 13, and that leaves us with 9. Same way over here, we take away the 16 from the 17, which leaves us with 1. Okay, and then just like we did for t of 1, t of 2, we fill in n is 2, so n squared, b times n, and that breaks it down into 2b plus c. And then down here, what we're left with is solve the simultaneous equation. So basically, I've got one equation here. This is equation 1. And this is equation 2. And I need to solve them simultaneously, so I put them together. I cancel my c's, multiply across by minus, and what I'm left with is that b is minus 8, c is 17, so then I literally fill in b, c and a into the formula. Now I want you to have a look at a couple of questions here now for next week. So these are the questions. I want you to see how you go with finding the nth term of these two sequences. And then I want you to see how you go with finding the general term of these. So you're just finding the first 3 terms. This might be a little bit trickier, so see how you go, and we're going to look at simultaneous equations and the nth term next week anyway. And here we have just a little how to recognize quadratics.